So there's all kind of pumps. There's breast pumps. There's hydro pumps. There's even penile pumps. But we're not going to talk about that today. Because none of them can do what these pumps can do. Let's get on topic. Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume.
Dance.
I don't know if these get better or get worse as the weeks go by, ladies and gentlemen, but we do appreciate you coming back to find out. So yes, I am Thomas with Get Out Arizona, and you are watching another episode of Toolbox Topic. I'm joined today by my co-host, as always, Brandon Van Leuven. Brandon, how the hell are you?
I'm A-okay.
Nice. And we are at Trek Bicycle Store, West Phoenix in Goodyear, Arizona, as always. And today, hopefully, as you ascertained from the introduction and what we have on the counter, we're going to be talking about bicycle pumps. Not only pumps that you would have out on the road or the trail with you, but pumps that you would keep in your garage or shop. Not all of them are the same. Some have multi-uses. Some of them are high volume, low pressure. Others are high pressure, low volume. And some of them do both.
Yeah.
So,
like 10 years ago, we wouldn't even be having a discussion about pumps, because a pump was a pump 10 years ago. Now we got multiple features, we got all kinds of things to talk about with pumps, and they're much better now.
Absolutely. Awesome. So I remember the first bike pump I had was a Zeffel.
Oh yeah.
And it was the frame pump, and they had the two Velcro straps to make sure.
I had that one as well.
And that thing was a beast. You could use it like a old school baton.
Yep. It was great. It lasted forever.
It did. Said. Yeah, absolutely. And back then, you used to have to unscrew the top to switch it out between Presta and Schrader, but no more. They actually come a long way. So let's get started with, and I'll go ahead and put this one down. We'll start with this little chicharron first and try to kind of get some of this out of the way. So now this is going to be your standard issue bike pump that you'd have on a road bike or mountain bike in your pack or something like that.
It's important to know this one would be more suited for a road bike. It is a fairly low volume pump. The other ones, I don't have one, for example, unfortunately. You'll see it's a larger pump for more volume. So depending on what bike you have, what tires you have, make sure you get the appropriate pump for that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, and this one's made by Bontrager. And again, guys, we remind you that we're not sponsored by anybody. We'll put links down below, but they're not affiliate links, so we don't profit monetarily from that in any way. So now here is actually my personal pump.
That's a nice pump.
Yeah, out on the trail. And this one, everybody else has used this but me. I have yet to actually use this, but I'm glad I have it. Now this one will actually do high pressure and high volume. And it works amazingly well, and it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to get it to 40 PSI right out of the
awesome.
gate.
It looks like you have a little spot to put your foot there too, so you can...
Absolutely, and it's got a little gauge on the side. Now, my only complaint about this pump, ladies and gentlemen, is that the numbering right here, you can see it's a little bit difficult to read. But
anything Lezine makes is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I like all their stuff.
Yeah, this is really good. And so, moving right along, I'm going to set this over here. We have, first up to bat, we have a Park tool pump. Now, this one seems very basic, and I know, you can only see part of it, but I'm not worried about that. So tell us a little bit about this one, Brandon.
This is our most basic pump.
Okay.
You know, a fairly inexpensive, fairly crude PSI gauge on there. It works, it's totally functional, it fits the purpose for the price point. The nice thing is, any pump you buy these days that's even remotely good quality will have the ability to do both Schrader and Presta. This one doesn't do it automatically. It does have a selection on there, but you can do Presta or Schrader. It's ready to go. It works fine. It suits the purpose.
And just to give you an idea, guys, this pump is $43.99. So again, it's reasonably priced, and one of those pumps we're pretty much short of breaking it or beating somebody with it or something.
You'll have it for a long time. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, awesome. Now, of course, you guys should know that I am Captain Overkill. I have one of those pumps in my vehicle, not the Park brand, but a similar style. And I have another pump in my garage, which we'll get to towards the end. We're going to get it going in order. So yeah, So I had the garage pump and I had the vehicle pump, which ironically enough, we use all the time out on the trail. Double check that pressure and everything like that. So, all right, so the next one we have is made by Bontrager.
Yeah.
You can see pretty much the same design.
A level up in quality
Okay.
and sophistication with this one. This one, you don't have a selector on there. This one does Trader and Presta automatically.
Which is nice.
You don't have to think about it, which is nice. If you notice on this one, we didn't really look at the Park Tool one, but this one, no joking aside for you, but the shaft is bigger.
That's genetics again, guys. I've tried having this conversation with them before.
So it gives you a lot more volume per pump.
Right.
And it actually will have a little bit nicer PSI gauge. But when we're adding features to it, we have a selector on this one. The selector is either high volume or high pressure.
All right.
So the high pressure selection will make it the pump actually more consistent as far as how much effort you have to put into it.
Right.
This one also has a bleed valve on it. In case you go a little too much, you can always use the bleed valve instead of using your finger to take air out of the valve. So that's a nice little feature there. This is a nice pump. This one is a little more expensive, but it also has rebuildable parts and awesome warranty to it.
Gotcha.
All the O-rings can be replaced. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
What is it, 70 bucks?
70 bucks. $69.99. So, and
it
that
does
ain't no bull.
And it does a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So I'll try to get it a little bit better on the camera angle. Hopefully you guys can see that selector switch that Brandon was talking about there. Yeah, these ones are nice. Definitely an upgrade, and you feel with that little extra money
Also comes with a little air mattress and soccer, basketball accessory in there as well.
Does it also come with some hookers and blow, Brandon? Because, you know, that would kind of seal the deal for us. Boy, you've gotten kind of...
A pump?
You've gotten a little cheap on us lately, Brandon. What's going on there? Come on, touch me.
You had to
I'm
bring that
almost
thing
better.
out
Touch
again.
me. Come on.
No.
I whip it out all the time, dude. Children's show. It's a children's show. It's a family affair. So...
By the way, it is looking better.
It is looking better.
It's looking good.
I still think it'll probably be the end of the year.
All right.
So, but we'll figure it out. I don't know why you're so afraid of it.
Why would I want to touch it?
You know why. All right, so the next one we have is made by Bontrager. Now this one looks sinister. Like you can shoot grenades out of this thing.
It looks like a mortar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This is essentially a manual air compressor.
Okay.
So you will put any of those pumps up to, where's my valve, to this, and then you will pump up the canister.
Okay.
And what this is essentially used for is to seat tubeless ready tires.
Okay.
It's just for a big burst of air. I think we pumped this thing up to like, oh, I should know this. I think it goes up to like 120 or 150 PSI.
Right.
Flip the switch, boof.
Pop. Okay.
Big old burst of air.
Nice.
Just a manual compressor. Great if you're that person out there camping for a few days and you need something like that. Works great. And you already have a nice pump. Because if you already have a nice pump,
yeah,
you just need this. We'll move on to this later where this one does everything.
Right. So this is kind of like No Country for Old Men. We could stick like a little rod on the end of that thing and just walk up to people on the trail and boom. Yeah. Awesome. See? Not only is it a pump,
haircut.
it's an assassination weapon.
We'll get the haircuts.
Yeah. You can get the haircut. I have no hair to cut.
Sorry.
Dick.
That wasn't a dig. I didn't know. I just forgot.
But I'm sexy. All right, no.
So that's the manual compressor.
Actually, no. Last week I brought sexy back.
That's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
That was cool.
All right, moving on, guys.
So this is the beast right here. This is a Madman. This one's a little bit older. The new one, you have.
I have.
Has a digital
That's
PSI
my garage
gauge,
pump,
which is
yep.
super cool.
Yep.
I like that feature quite a bit. But this one is both a manual compressor and a normal pump as well, if you want to use it for that purpose. Smart head, once again, all rebuildable parts inside. So it does Presta, Schrader. It'll seat tubeless ready. It'll do regular road. It'll do mountain.
It's the last pump.
It does everything.
Yeah,
it does
at that
everything.
Point. And this one right here, forgot to mention, this one's also $70, which I think is very reasonable for what
I don't know
you're
if
getting.
anybody else makes something like that. I haven't seen anything else.
And I haven't either.
Other companies do make pumps similar to this one that I've seen.
Now, I've had this one for a couple months now, and it works flawlessly. And just for kicks and giggles, I did try the whole compressor it up and burst of air and everything. It works great.
Good, cool.
Yeah, the digital gauge works great. Mine has a bleed valve as well, which is important. So if I know I'm going to be on a softer trail, I'll run about 28 PSI. If it's going to be firmer and I need a little bit, and I need a little bit more air pressure, I'll run around 32, which you might not think makes that big a difference, but it really does as far as the traction you get. So it's nice to have something to dial that in. Pretty darn close. So, but now, yeah, I know this thing's sturdy too. Again, now this is kind of like that M16 with the mortar launcher
on the bottom.
Yeah, you know. So yeah. So there you have it. You know, as far as pumps. Yep. So guys, this is, you know, about as good a cross section of pumps that we can. Oh, put that one right back there.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty.
See it. Yeah, it's a cute little thing. That you're going to get as far as something for your garage. Like I said, I keep one in my vehicle. And the reason I don't take it out, because the day that I would need it would be the day I forgot it in the garage, as far as that goes. More suited for road bike, more suited for kind of everything. They're going to vary in price. Now, I will tell you this. Chinsing out and getting a $15 pump, $20 pump from Amazon, not the way to go. They're not going to last. They're going to be horrible to use. You're going to, you know, suffer from that weak arm as far as
and you might not even get the ability to do press to and straighter on that. Or if there is, you would have to go open up the top and just flip the grommets. That's for the birds, man. So,
and a lot of times those grommets don't really work that well. So it behooves you to, you know, it's one of those things. You could get cheaper, but don't. You know, the extra money you spend will definitely benefit you in the long run. So, Brandon, I think that was one of the shortest toolbox topics we've ever done. You know, but it was something we think you guys should know about. You know, a pump with a flat tire, you kind of need it. You know, it's good to have. So, and on that note, guys, if you've liked the show today, if you found it educational, I think it's more entertaining than it is educational. Maybe like a 60-40 split, though. Let us know in the comments what you think. But more importantly...
Yeah, let them decide.
Yeah, let them decide. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, because it helps out the channel immensely. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, that ding-a-ling-a-ling notification icon bell. So every time we post a new video, whether it's a toolbox topic or a trail video, you'll be one of the first to know. So, Brandon, thanks again so much for being with us today.
Always a good time.
I really appreciate it. It is. So, and he's kind of lively today too. Last week he was kind of like, frumpy.
Was it?
A little bit.
I don't know.
So, I think it's because I worked you. We did 2 episodes in one day last week, so that might have been it. No, but seriously, guys, we really appreciate all the support. Don't forget, there's links down below to the bike shop. If you have any additional questions, follow the link. Call Brandon or one of his fine associates here. They'll be more than happy to help you out. And a reminder, the links down below for the pumps, which I will have, they're not affiliate links. So if you choose to use one, we don't receive anything for it, and that's why we ask you to hit like and subscribe, because that is actually a much better option at this point. So what do we always say, guys? Be kind to yourself and others. Be amazing stewards on the trail. And we have to ask, what are you waiting for? Get out, Arizona. We will see you on the next adventure. Brandon, that's good, man. Have a good week.
Thanks. You too.
See you guys.